Let me tell you something most people will never admit. Fighting isn't fair. It's not a game. It's not a sport. And it's definitely not about who punches harder or kicks faster. It's about control, leverage, dominance, and making your opponent feel one thing: helpless. Now, you've been lied to. You've been taught that real fighting is about self-defense moves, polished martial arts forms, or clean textbook techniques. That's cute. That's what gets you flattened in the first 5 seconds by someone who doesn't fight by the book. Because Gun Park isn't a sport. It's a system. It's not about looking cool. It's about breaking human structure with quiet violence. You see, every human body follows a mechanical law. Joints bend a certain way. Spines carry a certain load. Hips rotate with a certain range. But when you disrupt that pattern, when you weaponize leverage, you don't fight like a man anymore. You fight like a monster. Gun Park was never built for the ring. It was built for the street, the cell block, and the jungle of modern violence, where there are no referees, no gloves, and no second chances. These 8 moves you're about to see, they're not techniques. They're not options. They are weapons. They're engineered to shock the nervous system, shatter posture, and kill balance in less than a second. I'm not teaching you how to survive. I'm teaching you how to reset the fight on your terms. Because when you master even just 2 or 3 of these Gun Park moves, you stop playing by their rules. You stop reacting. You start controlling. And let's be real, control is the only thing that matters in a real fight. Think about it. Would you rather land 10 punches and get 1 lucky win? Or hit 1 move that turns the whole fight in your favor before your opponent even understands what happened? Exactly. Now some people watching this will say, "Oh, but that's too aggressive, too brutal, too much." You know what that means? It means they've never been scared, never been cornered, never been outnumbered. Because when life goes dark, politeness dies fast. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be strong. You need to know where to hit, how to move, and when to break the pattern. That's Gun Park. Now here's what I'll promise you. These 8 moves aren't complicated. They don't need years of training. They don't require flexibility or height or muscle. They require one thing: a mindset that says, "I refuse to be prey." You give me 5 minutes per move, and I'll show you how to hijack the fight, delete the opponent's structure, and walk away untouched. But I'll warn you, once you learn these, you'll never see fights the same way again. You'll feel it. When someone squares up to you, you'll spot the gaps, the weaknesses, the ways to flip the entire fight with a single shift, angle, or drop. You'll feel dangerous, and you'll be right. So buckle in, because this isn't for everybody. It's only for people who are done playing nice. Welcome to Gun Park. Let's begin. 1. Shoulder check, aka shoulder bump or shoulder strike. This isn't the shoulder bump you give your buddy in the hallway. Number. This is a body level missile. You walk toward the opponent. Slow, calm, invisible. At the last second, your body angles sideways, and you drive your shoulder straight into the chest, jawline, or solar plexus. Now here's the brain damage. Most people expect fists, but when you collapse someone's breath center with a shoulder blast, they freeze. It's not about pain. It's about taking away their ability to breathe, stand, or think. That's the Gun Park way. Shock, shift, shatter. Try looking this up. Shoulder bump self-defense, but don't watch like a normal viewer. Watch it like a predator. You'll see how the shoulder becomes a silent wrecking ball. 2. Oblique kick. Used by John Jones, Bruce Lee. Stop kick. Most fighters square up and attack high. Gun Park attacks your foundations. The oblique kick is a stomp-style kick to the thigh or knee, not to hurt, but to delete your opponent's structure. You raise your leg diagonally, and you stab your heel into the opponent's knee joint, slightly downward. Result? Their leg folds. Their balance dies. Their offense gets unplugged before it ever begins. You can find it on YouTube. Search John Jones Oblique Kick or Stop Kick Bruce Lee. But here's the twist. Gun Park ads. We chain it into throws and trips, not just as a strike. So you're not just kicking, you're setting up a takedown before they even swing. 3. Body lock takedown, Greco-Roman style. Want to feel like a monster? Wrap your arms around a man's spine and take away his legs. The body lock takedown is a full pressure bear trap move. You move in close, uncomfortably close, lock your arms behind their lower back or waist, then twist and yank with hip control. You're not slamming, you're stealing gravity. Gun Park teaches you to get chest to chest, lock tight, and collapse them without needing speed or strength. Just angle, pull, rotate, search. Body lock takedown wrestling. But imagine this, instead of letting them fall nicely on mats, you guide their skull to concrete. 4. Chin jab, used in World War II combatives. Fairbairn. Forget the uppercut, forget the hook. The chin jab is a forgotten weapon banned in sport because it's too effective. You open your hand, form a tight palm, and smash upward under the opponent's chin. It looks soft. It's not. This move was used to knock out enemies in war zones. And it works because it snaps the neck back and short-circuits the brainstem. Gun Park doesn't just jab. We lift the jaw, collapse the spine, and step forward making sure they hit the ground. Search World War II chin jab or Fairbairn Combatives chin jab, and realize this was never meant for the ring. It was designed to end someone in one hit. 5. Foot sweep, aka Dayashi Barai in judo. No one expects to get dropped by their ankle. The foot sweep isn't just a trip, it's a ghost move. You feel nothing until you're flat on your back. Gun Park weaponizes this by baiting your step. As soon as your opponent shifts weight to one foot, you guide their upper body slightly off balance and wipe the leg out from under them. There's no power here, just timing, angle, and a touch of evil. Search Dayashi Barai Judo or Foot Sweep MMA. But we don't do it gently. We follow through so they fall hard and humiliated. 6. Hammerfist, downward, street version. You don't need precision. You need pressure. The Hammerfist is a savage downward strike using the bottom of your clenched fist like you're swinging a brick. Gun Park doesn't throw it like a boxer. We throw it from above, from the side, and even during grapples. Target? Nose bridge, collarbone, side of the neck, ribs. You can search Hammerfist self-defense, but be warned. This isn't for point scoring. This is for bone-breaking brutality. We swing it like we hate the skeleton beneath the skin. 7. Russian Thai arm drag, used in wrestling and BJJ. You want to take control of someone's entire body? Start by stealing their arm. The Russian Thai is an elite move that Gun Park turns into a puppet master tool. Grab the opponent's wrist or sleeve, pull across your body, and slide your arm over theirs. You now control the shoulder, the direction, and the balance. This sets up everything: trips, slams, chokes, or just humiliating them by spinning them in place. Search Russian Thai wrestling or arm drag BJJ. It's real. But Gun Park adds raw energy. We don't just drag. We slam, pull, and break their frame. 8. Rear body drop, aka suplex or rear lift dump. This is the monster finisher. The one move that screams, I own this fight. You slip behind the opponent, wrap both arms around their waist, lift, and dump them backward. Their back, their neck, their soul all hit the ground. Gun Park teaches this with no elegance. You don't need height, just hip leverage, grip, and intent. Search wrestling suplex or rear body takedown. But remember, we don't aim for mats. We aim for concrete. You don't just end the fight with this. You delete their will to fight forever. So, you've just seen 8 Gun Park approved moves that can turn any average guy into a walking nightmare in a street fight. These aren't tricks. These aren't theories. These are battle-proven, structure-destroying tools that most people will never even see coming. And now here's the million-dollar moment. What are you actually gonna do with this? Because let's be honest, most people watch fight videos like it's Netflix. They scroll, they nod, they go, damn, that's cool, and then they go back to getting bullied by life. Mentally, physically, emotionally. But if you've made it this far, you're not most people, are you? You're the kind of person who wants to move differently, hit differently, be dangerous in silence. So here's what I want you to do. Drop the one move below you'd actually use in a real fight. Not the one that looks flashy, the one that fits your style. Maybe it's the oblique kick, simple, savage, and crippling. Maybe it's the chin jab, fast, brutal, and humiliating. Or maybe you're that type who'd wait, bait the opponent, and then launch a rear body dump like you're flipping a bag of potatoes. Let me read your mind right now. You're thinking I'd do all of them. Sure, but which one would you start with? That's your signature. The first move says everything about how you fight and how you think. Now here's the twist. The comments section down there, that's not for clout, that's the dojo. That's where real fighters and real minds trade ideas, compare strategies, and sometimes respectfully talk a little trash. So don't type like a robot. Don't flex with bro, I'd destroy anyone, unless you've actually trained. Type like someone who's been watching closely and knows what works. Also, if you want me to break down part 2 with 8 even deadlier gun park moves, the ones that are banned, hidden, or just too uncomfortable for mainstream channels, you already know what to do. Comment, part 2, I'm ready, and watch how many real monsters show up beside you. Because this isn't just another fight channel. This is Gun Park. And in Gun Park, we don't fight to survive. We fight to reprogram the battlefield. See you in the next war zone.